Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin continues to be in this ongoing correction. We started to see a little bit of a sell-off yesterday as we were heading into Monday. In the last few weeks, we've seen increased volatility, let's say in the Asian hours. So the Asian traders, when they wake up, start trading. That is often when we've seen some, we've seen some movement during these hours, really, in the last few weeks, which is a little bit unusual. It's a little bit of a phase change in the market. But yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, I shouldn't say, we didn't see anything significant, right? Just a small drop down, really. So we're going to talk about that. Before we do that, though, I wanted to remind everybody of the daily time frame because we get a lot of new viewers these days, and we want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Don't want to go into it in detail today. We're really doing that very often. But still, I want to make sure that everybody understands where we are. And there are two wave counts I'm following, primarily the white one at the moment until it gets invalidated. In the white count of the November lows, we've got a 1-2 setup, another 1-2 setup, which bottomed then in September. And now we're basically here in circle wave 3. Then we should get 4-5 of Roman 3, 4-5, and it should take us to all-time high territory and possibly even 100k plus. My projection for the bull run is around $125,000. Where exactly we are going to land will be also determined by the bulls and the bears, the fight during the daily market hours, which is 24/7 for Bitcoin. Yeah, but also obviously we need to pay close attention to any extensions that are developing along the way. So if certain waves extend, obviously also the targets may go up higher. So that is something that's not predictable at this stage. So we need to see how do the waves develop. And then our target is a moving target. It might shift a little bit. Yeah, and within this scenario, obviously, we shouldn't really get any deep pullbacks. For example, now the price should hold above 34,060, which you could consider as deep, but it's actually completely normal in crypto. But I don't even see necessarily Bitcoin come down to that level now. It's only support, it's not a target. The relevant levels are also 39,300 and 36,314. There is also a yellow wave count, which is the second scenario. I'm following closely two scenarios here at the moment. In this scenario, the price formed an A, B, C structure to the upside. We're now in the C wave, could also still get another high, like in the white count. So they are basically moving together at the moment. But after the next high, which should ideally take us into the 50k plus region, I'm very closely going to observe if the pullback is just a wave 4, or if we will get a deeper pullback and there will be a support level that is too early to mention now, because we haven't put that top in place, right? I can only calculate the support levels with our Fibonacci tool, but because Fibonacci tools are defined as percentages of a price move, those Fibonacci retracements, yeah, I have to wait until the move is finished to really give you a defined support zone. And obviously we haven't even made that move up yet. So that next high after which we need to monitor the retracement. So could be that it's just a shallow pullback or sideways correction and we carry on, or also the wave A would be finished. So we have an ABC structure in a larger A wave that can lead to a deeper pullback in a wave B, and then we could still go. So that wouldn't be bearish, but it would just mean a deeper pullback, and that could happen, it could happen at any time. But at the moment, I would say it's still probable to expect one more high, and then, yeah, I think then the risk increases for that deeper pullback. But we will have to look at the structure then. The support areas are on the chart, so let's see if the market can first of all put another high in place. Looking at the short term, it all looks okay. I mean, nothing unusual happening here at the moment on the 1 hour time frame. We still see a situation in which Bitcoin is largely moving sideways. That's corrective price action. We are not yet, most likely not yet in the next wave to the upside. If you just paid attention, then you will know that the assumption is we are now in a wave 4 correction. Support levels were mentioned, and this correction should unfold as an ABC structure. The A wave was likely already done, the B wave possibly, but then I would need to see further evidence of a sell-off right now to confirm that further. In this C wave to the downside, so ABC, you can see it there with the red lines, a 3-wave structure. That's normally what we expect in any correction. This C wave needs to be confirmed further, so that means the price needs to break below the next swing low, which is here at around $41,820. If we get a sustained break below that level, we should have confirmation that this C wave to the downside is unfolding. Why is that so important? Well, because corrections typically unfold as 3-wave patterns. So if we know that, and then if the pattern also forms a C wave, then we can time quite accurately, as good as possible, I think, an entry point, for example. As we head towards the end of this C wave, we can say, okay, there are not many ways to the downside left. I might take a position, even though I know that the market hasn't shown me a reversal, but the likelihood suggests that the C wave might be nearly over. So, and if we know that the C wave is typically the last wave of such a correction, yeah, the next move up should take a, let's say, a positive turn. So basically should then start the wave 5, right, after the low has been put in. And yeah, so basically we wait for this third wave, or the C wave really, to finish to the downside. Zooming in a little bit, we have one key target for such a C wave at 39,944. That's the 100% extension level. So one key target of a C wave is the length of the A wave. So if we compare that, we get to 39,945 or 944. Certainly a level, just a level to watch. Bitcoin got rejected in the resistance area, but mainly what I want to communicate here is that this move down, even though it looks promising from a perspective in which we would like to see another low, which I've been highlighting, all week, last week, that C wave is still a likely option. So it looks promising, but we haven't got that price action that would fully confirm it. I really needed to take out that previous swing low, and even then it's not fully confirmed, but likelihood for that deeper pullback is increasing. You just need to be aware that these corrections can always morph, like this B wave here, which I have here, that can always extend to the right. So best count I've got at the moment is to call this an A wave, this move up a B wave, and we're waiting for confirmation that the C wave has started. But be aware, if this is an A wave and this is a B wave, then this could also just be the first wave of that B wave, because 3-wave movements can always extend into larger 3-wave movements. This here could be the A wave of a B wave. Then we get this B of a B, and overall, it could stretch to here, and then we come down. I just wanted to make sure that you understand how these can extend, often beyond what you think is reasonable. But yeah, there isn't much more to add, so I focus on the downside as long as the price stays below the Friday high, so below 44,450. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.